Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Vashanti, your favorite empowered mama. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Empowering Moments for Mama, where you will be empowered, influenced, and motivated on this journey to motherhood. Yeah, so thank you for shouting out all my mom squads who've been reaching out to me. I want to say welcome to all my first time guests, but definitely welcome to my community. Hey, Mom Squad. Mom Squad. That's my Empowering Mamas community. I am so happy to have you here yet again, visually and audio. So if you're listening in on a podcast on all platforms, shout out to you. And if you are watching me right now, hey, everybody. So as you know, this is my second time recording since it's a season 2 video and audio. So I'm getting used to it, trying to figure out. So you'll see me back and forth looking here at my screen. So don't worry, I haven't forgot about you, okay? But in the meantime, in between time, I just want to dig right into this episode and get into it, okay? Because last time I talked about changing, right? It's a new year, but is it a new you? Oftentimes we're so ready to get into it, like it's a new year, it's a new me, but you haven't changed your mind. So how can you change your life? So I will pick up from the thing that I know is the most important in order for us to do that. So grab a pen, grab some paper, and definitely let me go ahead and set this timer because I don't have all day because the kids just got home. And I want to make sure that I get these nuggets to you so you can get back to doing what you're doing. Okay. But this time together, let us be empowered, influenced, and motivated. You ready? You got your notes? You got your notepad? Or you got your phone? What you gonna do? Okay. So this week, we're going to go ahead and dig right in and talk about changing, right? Changing your mind, changing your life. You know, that's the only way that we can do change. But do we embrace change? That's the key, embracing the change. And if you're like me, you know, you have goals, you have aspirations and some things that you want to achieve. But there's also been some times when you're like, oh my God, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then it's like you get overwhelmed and you do nothing. And I know there have been a lot of times where I will make some good plans. I will go ahead and I have good intentions and I have that lip service. I'm all talk, but I have not yet put any action to it. And that's the key in order to make it work, right? But we want to make sure that when we are putting action to it, we are doing our part, which our part is making sure that we have the behavior that matches the results that we want. And so a lot of times what happens is we start out the beginning of the year like, yeah, we're about to get it in. Let's go, let's go. And then January 15th, we're like, yeah, I'm going to start over next month. Next month has come and almost gone. We are almost in the middle of February, y'all. How you doing on them goals? Huh? Have you started yet? Are you still talking about it, but not being about it? So it's time for us to dig in and let's make sure that we change our habits. Okay. We got to make sure that our habits are aligned to what we want to see. So whatever your goal is, whatever it is that you want to see that result, you have to have some healthy habits in order to make it happen. And I'm telling you, again, I am not an expert in all of this. I have not come to tell you something that I've heard. I'm telling you something that I know. And so I just simply want to save you a little trouble along the way and help you to get on. Okay. And so I want you to focus on that one thing. What is the one thing that you desire? That one thing that you kept talking about in 2020, but yet have had to make it happen. What is it? Is it losing weight? Is it getting your finances in order? Is it decluttering? Whatever it is, I can tell you that you have not made the effort to move forward because you're overwhelmed of what do you do and how do you start. Been there, done that, right? And so what I've done is steady focusing on this, and this, because of women, we love to multitask. We love to be like, this is what I can do. And then when it's all done, we like, I ain't did nothing. And so I have found out over the last 6 months or so that I am better when I am working on a project and completing that thing. I'll have a list. I have I told you guys I got my book by me today. I have my planner. This is my saver planner, called my next 90 days. And I write everything in there. I write all of my lists, all of everything I compartmentalize, because as an entrepreneur and as a mom, a wife, it's so many different things that I have going on. So I have to make sure that I am focusing on the one thing, even if it's a one thing in that list, that's okay. But I can't be doing laundry. I can't be washing dishes, getting ready to do a client's hair, and then be like, oh, let me send this email. Nope. I'm working on blocks. I block out my time. So I've created some healthy habits in order to get me to where I want to go. And so with that one thing that it is that you want to focus on. So again, whatever it is, weight loss, finances, or decluttering, you know what your one thing is. I need you to do this right quick. I need you to write it down. This way you can gain some clarity. Taking these next few steps is going to help you gain some clarity so you can build some healthy habits around what it is that you want. And so once you write your goal down, that's the first step. Then you're going to write, why do you want to do this? What's the reason? What's your why? And then number 3 is, how will it make you feel once it's completed? So first step, write down that one goal. What is that one goal you want to achieve? You want to lose some weight. Okay, great. Why do you want to lose weight? Put some feel into it. How will it make you feel once you lose that weight, right? I know for me, when I had that goal, I wanted to lose weight because I did not want to be unhealthy. I did not want to have to be on any blood pressure pills or any diabetic medicine, right? And I knew that was a history of my family. So I had to change my habits. I knew that it would make me feel good because I'm like, first of all, I would not keep blaming the dryer for shrinking my clothes. That would be the first thing. And then for 2, it'll feel good just to look good and be able to feel better physically as well, not having to always pull at and tug at my shirt because I was not comfortable with that belly print. So when you have a goal, you got to figure out your why. And then you got to put some feeling to it. Those things are going to help motivate you, right? Your why might be like, hey, I'm about to go on this vacay. We've been on Corona lockdown for the last few months and the world is open back up. I've been ready to go to Mexico, but until then, I'm going to get my beach body, I'm going to get my summer body together, even though it may be made in the wintertime when I get ready to go. But nonetheless, you got to put some feeling to it. And so for me, my birthday is coming. So I've given up the goal of trying to lose weight intentionally, continually, because then I'm focused on that number, but I definitely know that I want to feel better. And so I've actually just challenged myself to this month in February, 25 days of movement for 25 minutes a day. And so it's not hard, strenuous working out. It's not, I got to do this and that. I'm just kind of going with the flow. First thing in the morning, my habit, I got to roll out of bed and do it. Because if I don't, chances are the later in the day that it gets, I am going to have a hard time to get what I need to get done. Energy level may be lacking. My time may be off. So the morning is the best time for me. And what I've been doing, actually, I've been doing yoga. Yes, yogurt. I've been doing yogurt, y'all, in the videos on YouTube, 5-10 minute videos. And I was introduced to yoga back in January. And I finally said, okay, you know what? It's a mind thing. It's exercising my body, stretching my body in a way that I've never done before. And I can tell you, it feels amazing. And so I don't so much focus on the poses that they're doing. I'm focusing on the movement. And some days I don't even turn on the YouTube. I kind of just do my own thing. I'm rotating my neck like such, side to side, and I can literally hear the cracking. I can feel it. I'm rotating my shoulders and I'm just like, yes, stretching, touching my toes. And that alone, even though stretching, yoga, whatever you want to call it, and I have my worship music on and I'm setting my tone for the day, having some self-care moments, and then at the same time, having my worship with God, so I'm getting 2 to 3 things done at a time, but I'm forming a habit, a good habit to help me reach that result of just move, just do it. And I want to feel better. That's my why. And once I feel and I've accomplished that, I'm like, yes. But not only that, I was like, man, I walked past the mirror the other day, was like, hey, who is that? It's me. I can see the slimness in my face. I can feel it in my clothes. I can see it visually. So overall, that's making me feel good. So again, those things, once you have your why and you have that, how it feel, those emotions attached to it, it's going to make a difference. And so What I want to make sure is that you are focusing on you, mama. Okay, I kept telling you, if you are not good for you, how can you be good for anybody else? And so with that being said, creating habits, right? Making sure that we have a habit. Here is a acronym that I created and that I would like for you to write down that will help you guide you towards those tendencies, those good habits that you need in order to achieve that goal. And so a habit is H, having, A, accountability, B, for being, I, intentional, the T is for taking, and the S is steps. So you want to create some healthy habits, having accountability, being intentional, taking steps. Come on, somebody. Go ahead and quote that, but make sure you tag IAMVashanti, empowering moments for mama, right? We got to have some accountability, be intentional, and take steps towards that goal, whatever it is that we want to achieve. It's achievable, it's doable. Making changes is going to take habit form. It's going to have you have a behavior that makes sense. And so creating habits, right? It's not always something that we do. Creating good habits is not something that we're going to do and it's going to change overnight. You know, I used to say that it takes 21 days, and it wasn't just me. It was research that said 21 days to form a habit, but it takes 66 days to make it stick. Okay, so think about that. It's going to take you about 3 weeks to keep doing it consistently. And then you're like, hey, I got to keep doing, I got to keep going. But 66 to make it stick with it. So even after my 25 days of me moving 25 minutes, guess what? I said that I have to do it regardless every morning when I wake up for at least 15 minutes, because that alone is going to be part of my routine that I've established. And then I know that it makes me feel better. So therefore, I don't want to stop doing it, right? So challenges are good because it challenges us. It motivates us to do something that we normally wouldn't do. It gets us out of our comfort zone. And so that's what habit you have to do. Make some good habits, having accountability, right? Being intentional and take some steps, right? So I'm here for you, y'all. I'm here. I'm that mama that knows what the struggle is, right? The struggle is real, but so is the fight. I talked about that on another podcast. Yes, we're always going to have struggles, but do we want to stay in this same position, or do we want to say, no, I'm going to have to fight to get out of this, right? All my life, I've had to fight, huh? So I'm going to ask you, what is it you're going to do? What does it take for you to stop saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, versus I'm about to make it happen, and here is my plan? So I told you guys last time that I did my vision board, right? Hey, I had the vision board party and it was amazing. And OMG, this filter, you guys, are not going to let you see it, but I can kind of do this part, right? And I'm working on changing that for those of you who can see it, how I do it. Nope, you can't see it. Can you see it now? Yeah, there it is. There it is. So I actually created my vision board 2021, and my husband did his own. I did one, but this one's for us. It's for the house, for our future, right? We've had one of those before where we kind of put our collective thoughts together. But this here, really, this time I did something that I've never done before. And it's amazing. I'm like, I take that back. Maybe one here and there, but I was never intentional about writing scriptures on my board to go along with the vision. And so I wrote down one thing and then it just took off from there. One of my favorite scriptures that helped me is Proverbs 21:5 that says, careful planning puts you ahead in the long run. Hurry and scurry puts you further behind. That's Proverbs 21, the Message version. And then the NIV version is, the plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. And so what that did was just remind me that I need to get my stuff together. That anytime that I want to procrastinate and be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, I remember, do I want to have profit or do I want to lead to poverty, right? I want to be ahead and not hurrying and scurrying. And we've all been there before. We have some times we're like, man, I just don't feel like it. And that's okay. But at the same time, for instance, my goal this month, one of my first goals is to focus on paying off this debt, right? Why do I want to pay off this debt? Because I want to increase my credit score and have more money to save. How would it make me feel? It's going to make me feel amazing, right? But it's going, I know that it's going to make me feel like, hey, I've done it. I've accomplished this one goal. And now I can help somebody else through the struggles. Because ultimately, whatever we are going through, it's not just for us. We're going to meet somebody along the way that we'll be able to help and share that same goal with, and share our struggles and also our strengths, right? I always say we want to share our trials, but also let's share our triumphs, because we are better together when we help one another, when we are in community and we know that, okay, you know what? I've been struggling getting through this. I'm going to keep pushing through because I can help somebody else. And the steps that I have to take in order for me to pay off some debt, I got to create a budget. Number two, I got to know what debt that I owe. I got to come up with the balances and figure out. And then from there, I can work the plan. Do I need more money coming in? Do I need to be able to sell some things to get more money? You know, there's some things I remember having to go when we started looking for a house 5 years ago. I'm like, hey, we had no intentions on getting a house. We were trying to do some other things to get our business up and running fully. And like, oh, we're going to establish our business credit. And the guy was like, hey, what have you guys been doing? And I'm like, hey, we've been paying off debt, increasing savings, being a blessing to others. And he's like, okay, so based on where you are, you guys are ready to buy a house. We like, we didn't even have that goal in mind, you know? And so the perks of, hey, doing this one goal that we were focusing on, some other things came with it. So we were like, hey, what about that? So I imagine that whatever that goal is that you have and that you're focusing on, there's going to be some additional bonuses, some sweet things that are going to come along with it. So if you're losing weight and you're like, I just want to look good and feel good, lose these 15 pounds, man, think about it. You know, season is changing. The clothes going to be on sale. You're like, you know what? Now I can fit this size large. Because you know how it is when we go to the store looking for those sizes, we can't find it. But then when that stuff on sale, we like, oh, I could get this for next year. Because what would have been $50 is now $18, huh? Come on. So there are great rewards for when we look to do our goals, to look to make habits, to change things that go in the right direction. We got to know, listen, I can and I will do this. So I'm telling you, write the vision, make it plain. That's what I did. I wrote the vision. I look at that thing every day because my plan is what motivates me. My plan is what gets me going. It's making me align my day. And so when I get off track, when I'm like, oh man, I want to go out to eat. Nope, that's not in my budget because that money could be paying off debt. So you got to be intentional about creating those habits, being committed to the plan, being disciplined to see it through. And guess what? Before you know it, them good habits will have been created. So make sure again that you are having accountability, being intentional, and taking steps. So that's all that I have for y'all. Told y'all it's going to be short and sweet. All right. I know y'all like, what? So go ahead. If this blessed you, if this helped you, please share with somebody. Go ahead and check me out on all social media and at Empowering Moments for Mama. I finally got my Facebook page up. Yay. So I'm not just on Instagram, but I'm also on Facebook. If you need to email me, you can email me at em4mama@gmail.com. So if you want to say, hey, Vashanti, I need your help. I'm stuck. Can you just give me a little advice? I sure can. And if you haven't got it yet, you can get your book, A Journey Worth Taking, Change Your Mind, Change Your Life. It's on Amazon. Prices dropped now to $12.99, y'all, for Prime delivery. You can't beat that. That guidance will help you truly get you ABCs of change, changing you from accountability all the way to zeal. It's literally taking you through those steps. So that's all that I have for you. As I always say, happy mama, no drama. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.